Yes, today's class we will go for XML. XML stands for extensible markup language. Okay, this language looks like HTML only, which reflects HTML, but this HTML content all are predefined tags. All are predefined tags means these tags already created and we use these tags. Okay, if we use these tags, then we will get respective format information we can see on our browser. Here, similarly, we will write XML. This XML is also markup language. Here we will write predefined tags. Okay, all are not predefined, user defined tags. So based on your requirement, you can create tag and you can use that tag. And main difference is HTML is for displaying the information on your browser based on the given format. But this XML document is for maintaining the information, which is using for storing the information in XML form. So we will learn the advantages of these all one after other. So first we will go for the first slide of this one, XML. So what is XML? XML stands for extensible markup language. From this X and this M, this L has taken and given shorthand notation as XML. Okay, so why we are using this XML document? To store the data. Okay, we will use this XML for either storing the data or for transport the data. So I will tell you how we transport, and while transporting, what is the advantage we will get by using XML. Next, just now I said these XML tags all are not predefined. Not predefined means user can write his own tags. Okay, we will learn how to write these XML tags in the coming topic. But these all are not predefined, means all are user defined tag, and you can write your own tags. And this is platform independent and language dependent. So here I will tell you this transport and language independent and platform independent with one simple diagrammatic representation. So for that you should aware of one thing. So I will tell you what where this XML will be helpful. So first I will try to draw one. Hello, please mute yourself. Yes. Now, wait, screen, white screen. Can you see whiteboard right now? White screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's okay. Here, what I said, XML is for storing the data. Okay, I will tell you how do we store, and along with that, transport the data. Yes or no? So how it transport, why it is need to be transfer, I will tell you one simple case study. See, when you go for any information, for example, we have not accounts, bank accounts. Okay, we different banks are there, and each bank is maintaining accounts information. For example, we have two banks, State Bank, okay, and some other bank, Union Bank. Right now, these two banks are present. Next, this bank is maintaining. For best example is Andhra Bank. Now, Andhra Bank has merged with Union Bank or not? Do you know this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bank has merged in Union Bank. I will tell you one example. Previously, means before 2020. Okay, so we have Andhra Bank accounts, and these all accounts information are reside in this database. Reside in this Andhra Bank database, and this database contain records, and these all records are presented here. This is server. This is server. The server will communicate with the end users, and the records are present at here. And similarly, Union Bank also having server. Union Bank also having server, and which is connected with one database. Which is connected with some database. Now, what happens? This has merged with this Union Bank. Now, these Andhra Bank people will maintain their own records in their own database. Okay, and they will maintain their own format. And coming to this Union Bank is also having their own database, and they maintain their own format. Okay. So when these both are matched, can I copy this entire data as it is inside this database? As it is inside this database? Are they in same format, different format? Here they are maintaining like this. For example, account number, account holder name, and amount. Okay. Next, they are maintaining address, account holder name, and account number and balance. They are maintaining like this database. So can I combine these two database with one click or something? Can I merge these two databases immediately?
No, sir.
Can I merge?
No, sir.
No.
I can't merge because data is inconsistent or not. Data is inconsistent means they are not properly arranged. So for that, what I need to do, I need to exchange the data from here to here. So what they do, they will create one XML document at here. Okay. Why they are creating this XML document? To transport the data among the different platforms is very easy. Okay, this is one type of platform. For example, if it is MySQL database, and this is Oracle database. Oracle database. Okay, this database having their own functionalities, but I want to merge these records at here, or I want to send one in record from here to here. They are incompatible before transmitting when I observe these two. But if you make it as a XML document, okay, this XML document is the platform independent. Okay, any platform can understand this XML document. Okay, so now I will convert this all data set to this XML, and I will send this XML copy to it here, and by reading this XML document, I will fill the details at here. Okay, so this is the purpose we are using XML, and mostly we use web services. Here we don't know what are web services. We will learn these web services in the web technology subject in future. I hope it is present in third year. Okay, but did you understand the role of XML? Did you understand the role of XML, or still any doubt?
No
Not
doubt.
understood, sir.
Is it clear?
Not
Once
clear.
again,
Once
explain,
again, sir.
sir.
Not clear, sir.
Okay. See, incompatible service. Very simple example. Here, one meeting is conducting. Here, people are standing at here. Okay. So these all are Telugu known people. And here speaker. Speaker is English known speaker. And even he speaks very fluently. Is these people can understand?
No.
No. What happens? Because of language drawback or not?
Yes, sir.
How do you solve this one? By using translator. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
By using translator, you will convert from here to here. Similarly, I have one database records, okay, which is belonging to MySQL type of database. And here I have another database. This is Oracle type. These two are compatible or incompatible? Basically incompatible. This one.
Those are nothing but compilers, sir.
Huh?
Compilers are, sir. Those are.
Compilers are different. Compilers, this is actually compiler. That same functionality, we are transferring the data in the XML format. We'll tell you, listen, this format is incompatible with this format. Okay, so what I do, so I can't exchange the data between these two directly. So what will I do? I will convert this document to XML format. Okay, why I am converting to XML? Because this language can easily understand by any platform. Okay, so I will convert this format to XML document. I will share this XML document at here, and this XML document again will be converted to their own format. Is it clear? This is not a translator. This is maintaining the data. This is storing the data. Okay, we will see how to store the data. It will store the data of this sender's information and will be dispatched to this server side, and that server can understand this format and will store in their own format. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
This is for collecting the data from here and will send it to this location. So this data, if this format as it is, if I give it to this Oracle, not any other platform, it cannot understand directly. Okay, so to understand this one, I will convert my document to this XML format, and this XML format I will send to this one, and this server can understand again this XML format. Okay, so this is the way to exchange the data among the server. We will use XML document. Is it clear?
Yes,
Or
sir.
any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Only for exchanging the data when the data is when the information format is incompatible. Okay, so this is the purpose we use this one, and we'll jump to my slide. Right. So this is for transport the data. The way how we have seen, that way data will be transported. And why we are using this XML? For providing the platform independent. What is mean by platform independent? Any platform can understand. Platform is nothing but Windows platform can understand, Linux platform can understand, Ubuntu platform can understand. Okay, these all are the different types of platforms, operating system platform. These all can understand this XML format. And language independent. Language dependent, it is not language independent. Any language can read this XML format. Language is nothing but you can use C language to read the content from this XML document. You can use Java programming to read the content from XML document. You can see another different programming language. These all programming languages can understand this language, and all platform can support this language. Because of this facility, we are transporting the data among the servers. Is it clear? Is it clear or not?
Clear, sir.
Okay, very good. And I will go for another slide and will understand how to write this XML, and we'll learn these all one after other. So difference between XML and HTML. Just now I have shown, I said. So what is this HTML says? HTML will gives to the browser how your information want to be displayed. Yes or no? If I write h1 tag, and if you write any content in between and you have closed this one, okay, what it says to your browser? So I have some text. This want to be displayed in large in size. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So is it predefined or you have written this tag?
It is defined, sir.
It is predefined. Okay. So here this h1 tag is the predefined. So HTML tags are predefined tags. But when you go for XML, XML all are user defined tag. If I want to write a tag, you can write put a, and you can do like this. If you want to write your own tag like SR, okay, you can write SR and you can put some text at here. but these all are will be the different. I will tell you how to create these all. Okay, when you see one simple XML, you understand how to create these all. Next step, and these are not predefined. And when you go for this HTML document, these tags inside this one are case insensitive. Case insensitive. What is mean by case insensitive and what is mean by case sensitive? See here, when you write HTML tag, can I write all lowercase letters?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Can I write all uppercase letters?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can I merge these lowercase and uppercase letters?
Yes, sir.
Is it written any error?
No.
No error. So this HTML is all are case insensitive. Okay, case insensitive means which does not show the difference between uppercase letter and lowercase letter. But when you go for XML document, this is case sensitive. Case sensitive means if you use lowercase h, you must end with lowercase h only. Is it clear? You are not supposed to close with capital H, which will be conveyed to your browser that these two are two different tags, and immediately it will give you an error on your browser. We will see how that error will be reported. Okay, this is the one more difference between HTML and CSS. And this is XML is for transferring the data, but HTML is focused on presenting. Presentation is nothing but how your information want to be displayed. And XML provides some namespaces. See, namespaces is nothing but some set of rules. I will tell you what are those rules. Means example, the tag should not be start with number and should not contain some space like that. We have some case rules are there. We will run that rules later. But XML provides some namespace rules, but HTML does not provide any namespace support. Okay. So the way how the earlier they have predefined that same thing you can use it here, but XML we need to follow some rules. Why do we need to follow rules? Because this is user defined tags. While you writing user defined tags to convey to display on your browser or to exchange the information, it is expecting some set of rules. If that rules is existed, then you can create your own tag. Okay, so this is the main differences you find when you learn this XML document. So just we learn what is the job of XML and what is HTML. Next, so advantages. Just now I have shown I said what are advantages. What is the main advantage? It is platform independent. So can you exchange the data with independent platform or not?
We can, sir.
Yes, and XML separates data from HTML. This is I will tell you with proof. Okay, and makes a document transportable across the systems. The same thing what we have learned, that are the main examples. The main advantage is for only for exchanging the data among the different servers and different platforms. This is the main advantage of this XML. And we will see how to. What? Any doubt?
Say this slide from starting.
I will share. Don't worry.
Don't share, sir. Say once.
Okay. See here, what is the advantage? See, platform changes. Platform changes means you can change this platform. If you want to change the platform of you. Okay. For example, you have one business. You have one business. For example, Flipkart is your business. Okay. Previously, you have used one database, that is MySQL. You have used one MySQL database. You don't know this all. We have different types of databases. So previously you have MySQL database. So due to its limitation, you want to migrate from MySQL to Oracle. MySQL to Oracle. Are you changing platform or no?
Yes, sir.
Initially you have used MySQL platform. Now you want to migrate to Oracle. Okay. So can I copy directly this data to it here? No, because these two are platform independent, platform dependent. This follow its own rule, this follow its own rule. But I want to send this data to this one. Okay, then how can I send? So you need to make this all data as a XML file, and you save this XML file into this one, because this XML can understand by this MySQL. This Oracle also can understand this XML. Is it clear at least? Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is for platform changes. Simplify the platform changes process. Did you change platform or not?
Yes,
Did
sir.
you change platform or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. One more, I will tell you one simple example. See, you have WhatsApp. You have WhatsApp, and you have, see, this is not the exact case. I will tell you one simple example. So this is iOS mobile, means Apple mobile, and this is normal Android phone. Okay. So is this WhatsApp is separate for these two or not?
Yes, sir. Different.
Yes, you initially you have used some data over here. I want to change it to this one. Can you send directly from here to here? Normally,
No,
if it
sir.
is. No.
No.
So meanwhile, you will use some facility from here to here, how to send this one, and you will migrate from here to here. That same thing, it will continue at here. So this is the way, this is a reason why we are using XML document. And structure of this XML document. So when you go for the structure, so your HTML XML document should be enclosed in between root tag. Okay. So every XML root tag is nothing but, again, it is not the root predefined tag. In the place of root, you can write anything, but your entire XML code must be enclosed in one tag. So if I want to write HTML program, so which tag you use to enclose your entire HTML program?
HTML only.
HTML tag. Your entire HTML code has enclosed between HTML tags or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Similarly, if you write any XML document, you have to enclose this entire XML document in any tag. That tag must be the root tag. Okay. So here, for example, I want to maintain student information. Okay. This student info is started at here. You need to close this student info, and the data along this information must be reset at here. Okay. This is the root tag, and you can write any child tag. Under that, you can write any subchild tag, and inside this, if you require, you can write one more subchild tag. Okay. This is the way you need to write these tags. So this is the normal structure, and we will see how to write one simple document using this one. Right. I will start off this one. See, my job is here. This is for storing the data or not? XML is for storing the data. First, I will prepare one data which is present in one format. Okay, you can take any platform like that. So this is one kind of platform, A platform. So A platform is having this data like a student information. This is student name. This is student rule number. This is student address, and this is student contact number. Okay, this is the data present in A platform. Okay, so here student rule name is Raju, and his rule number is 123, and his address is Hyderabad, and his what is this? Contact number is all 9s. Okay, next this is another one is Ramya, and 234 is her rule number, and she is belonging to Warangal, and her contact number is all 8. This data is present, and I want to send this data as it is to this B platform. Okay, so in between, what will I do? I need to prepare XML document. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We need to prepare XML document. Let us see how to prepare this XML document. This is our aim. So for that, I will go for my program. Right. See, where is our PPT? PTT. New file. Yes. So if you want to write any XML document, so this XML document first line is prologue. Okay. So this prologue is optional one. If you willing to write, you can. Otherwise, you can ignore. Okay. I will tell you what is the prologue line. So less than question mark, less than question mark, followed by XML, followed by XML. What this prologue content? This prologue conveys to your web browser which version of XML you are using and what encoding we are using. Okay. So this is the standard one. You can see any XML document. This is the standard line. So XML, I am using 1.0 version, 1.0 version, and encoding is equals to UTF-8. I will tell you what is UTF. And at the end, you need to put question mark and followed by greater than notation. Is this size visible to you or can I increase?
Visible, sir.
I will try. I will
Visible, sir.
increase a little bit. $22. Yes, I hope it is comfortable to you. Right. This is the standard line. This is an optional one. Okay. Optional. If you want to write, you can write. Otherwise, you can ignore. And version 1.0. This is the standard version we are using. Encoding UTF-8. What is meant by UTF? UTF stands for Universal Text Format. Okay, and 8 is nothing but 8 characters of length. Okay, means these values will start from 0 to 256. So what are the ASCII character values are there? Do you know ASCII? These things you have learned in character data type in C.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
This 0 to 256, some set of characters are there that all characters will be supported. Okay, this will give you that information. UTF stands for Universal Text Format. So this is the line. This is prologue line. It is optional. If you want, you write. Otherwise, leave it. And I will write one more document without writing this line. Now, what is my job? I want to send this data from A platform to B platform. So B cannot understand this data. So I need to convert this to XML document. So I have started XML document. So what is this information? What is the first condition? I said this entire XML document must be reside in one root tag. So I am writing my own root tag. No need to write only root only. See, understand, whatever the data you are maintaining must be contained in root tag. That root tag name is student info. Okay, student, I will write like this, student info. And how could I save this one? And how could I write this end tag? Can I write with like this? Can I write like this?
No, sir.
Can I?
No, sir.
No, because this is case sensitive. Means the way how I have started, that same way I have to close. So student info. This is the way I have created, started my root tag and I have closed my root tag. Next, how many students information? What is this data? Student information or not? Yes. How many students information it is maintaining?
Two.
Two students information. Okay. So in between, I will start off writing nested tags, means child tag. So what is this one? Student info. Okay, in this first student info, or otherwise student data I will write. Student data. Okay, I have started like this, and I have to close student data. Student data. This is first student data. First student data. And similarly, I have another student data. So student data, student data, and this is the closed tag. So these are the two students information. This is two student information. Which data this is maintaining? First one, student name. Student name. What is the first student name? Raju. Raju. Again, I have to close student name. Next. What is the next one? Student roll number. And what is the student roll number? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, I will close this one. Student roll number. Next, what about third column data? Student address. And this is Hyderabad. And student address. Next, what is this? Student contact. Contact. And this is all lines. And student contact. Okay, so this is one student information. Next, similarly, the same data I will maintain for second student, but he is belonging to he or she. So this is Ramya, and her roll number is 234, and she is belonging to Warangal, and her contact number is all 8. All 8. So am I used predefined tags, or my own tags I have written? See, is the student info is predefined or my own tag?
Own tags.
My own tag. This is also my own tag. This is also my own tag. Everything reside in this one is my own tag. But you should maintain, what is that? Case sensitivity rule. Okay, so this is the way I have to convert this platform data like this. Is it clear? Is it maintaining the data or not?
Yes, sir.
It is maintaining the data. Okay, this is the way I will maintain the data. Next, I will save this document. How can I save? So while I am saving, so I need to give extension as .xml. .xml is the extension. What is the extension for HTML? HTML. So for XML document, I will use .xml. So I will save this one. File, save as, and this is student info.xml, and I have saved this one, and let us check whether it has saved or not. Where is this? The first line. I will change it. So can you see this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is XML document. See, if I open this XML document, if it contain any error, it will report to you. If it does not contain any error, the way how you have written, that same copy will be printed. So I don't want to see in this Chrome. I want to see in Internet Explorer or Chrome. So I will go for Internet Explorer. This is. So can you see this document?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is the way your data will move. Here, this XML document. Did you create it from a platform to this XML document or not? So is this XML document has created or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This document you will send it to B. Again, what that B do? He will analyze this document and he will prepare his own data based on his requirement.
We'll not get the table, sir.
We won't get any table. We won't get any table. Okay, so this table data I have converted to XML document. See, observe one thing. See here, before this tags, you can find this arrow notation, this hyphen.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So when you click on this, it will minimize the data, and when you click on this, it will show the this is what is this? It will display and it will hide the data. And here also. Okay, this is student info. What this, when I open it, it will show you 2 student data. And if you want to see first student data, just click on plus, and you can see this one, and you can minimize this one, and you can see this document. Is it clear?
Sir, then how we use this in B platform, sir?
You can't see this one. You can't see this document anywhere. Okay, this is automatically created, which will be exchanged. But in future, if you become the either source developer or destination developer, you will get this document. You need to analyze this document.
Analyze and write in HTML, sir.
Huh?
We have to analyze and write in HTML, sir.
No HTML. You need to fit this data inside your database requirement.
Yes.
See, now you know only C programming. If you know other programming, then I will give you the exact meaning to this one. So you used integer data type. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
In C program. Okay. But if you go for Python type, you do not write any type of integer prefix to any variable name. Okay. But this functionality is different and this functionality is different.
Sir.
Okay, so will you get incompatible conversion? So to overcome that, I will prepare my document like this, and I will send to this one. He will fit this data based on his requirement.
Excuse me, sir. So for my output, question tag XML version is equals to also coming, sir.
Something error it is reporting.
Will you see,
Okay.
sir, once you share the screen?
So wait. See, at the end of the time, I will give you. See, I will tell you drawbacks. What are the errors it will report? Then you check whether it is reporting that same error or not. Okay. See, whatever the program I have written, it is the exactly follow the rule. If I do not follow the rule, see here, I have started with small s student name, but I have closed with capital S. See, can you see this one? How did I write?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
why did you?
How did I write this one?
First letter small,
Small letter started, but ending with
capital.
capital letter. Now I have saved this one. We'll check whether it will return error or not. I will reload. So immediately it has shown error.
Yes, sir.
So someone said I got an error. Will you get this kind of error?
Sir, I got all the exact output, including this XML version is equals to 1.0. That is.
So I hope you did not save with .xml.
I saved .xml only, sir.
No problem. Least bother about this one. Least bother. Okay, based on browsers, it will change.
Okay, sir.
Based on browsers, it will change. Even I remove this one here. Maybe my. I hope you have opened in Chrome.
No, sir. In Internet Explorer only open.
Internet Explorer or this Mozilla Firefox. I have opened in Mozilla Firefox.
I have opened in Internet Explorer, sir.
Okay, better to open in Mozilla Firefox. This will change from this what we call browser to browser. But is it clear? If I do not follow the rule, is it returning error or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It will immediately convey you did one mistake over here. you try to solve that problem. Even it will give you the line number and column number. Column number specifies in which character you got that error. See, if you count from this left side, you will get this one as 21st character. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So this will consider as a table wise fourth row. This is the fourth row and 21 specifies the character. Columns, this will be considered as column, and at the 21st column, you got an error. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it fourth line or not? Previously,
Yes,
I did mistake it here. So immediately, which conveys you this error. Right.
So every first letter should be capital.
No need. You can write anything. I will tell you that rule, sir. See, I said we have some naming conversions. Names. See, namespace support. Did you see this one? XML provides namespace support, but HTML does not provide any namespace support. Okay, these things I will tell you. These things I will tell you the rules. What the rules I have to follow. But till now, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. So I will show you the list. This is naming rules. So case sensitive, start with letter. I will tell you that all, but we did not reach that point now. Okay. Right. XML prologue line. If you need, you can write. Otherwise, ignore. Element should root element mandatory in XML document. XML is case sensitive, and it should not be overlap. We are learning this one from HTML also. Overlap is nothing but very simple thing. If you start any tag with A, and if it is contain any subtag as B, if it contain subtag as B, and while you closing, oh my God, while you closing, again you need to follow this nested. B followed by A, you have to close. But you should not close A first, then after B. It will give you error. Because are you following the proper nesting?
No.
Okay, so A started, B started. So which one want to be end first? B should be end first and A should be end next. So this nested you should follow while writing XML document. So if you fail to write like this, then immediately which return an error. So that is conveys that element should not overlap. And attributes, I will tell you these attributes later. And closing tag. XML document must contain closing tag. Okay, and white spaces are preserved. So this is, I will tell you, white spaces are preserved is nothing but this. If you write white spaces in between, then which will give you the other meaning, and as a good programmer here it will return an error. So means it is having the meaning for space also. See, in student space contact and single space I have given. At this side also I have given single space. Okay, and I will check whether it will return error or not. So student contact at this location, I have followed the common rule. What is that? Student contact started, student contact ended. But what I did, I have given space at here. Did you observe this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you give space, then it return an error. But if I remove this space, it won't return an error. Means it will plays an important role in spacing also. Okay, this is coming under one of the rule of, yes, is it written error right now when I remove this space?
No error, sir.
No error. So spacing is also plays an important role. Next, what is the thing we have missed from here? Attributes. Okay, I will tell you what are attributes. So why we use attributes in HTML? So can you tell any attribute for HTML? Attribute, any attribute. What is attribute? How do we write attribute? How do we write attribute? See H1. H1 is one tag and H1 is n. H1 is n. And next, this is hi. Here in between, I have a message has hi. Okay, I want to, by default, which color it displays?
Black.
Black color. I want to change it to red color. Then what I do?
BG color.
We use attributes.
We use attribute. Style equal to double quote color, change it to red. Did you write like this or not?
Yes, sir.
So style is one of the attribute and this is the value. Okay. So what it does actually, which gives additional information to this tag or not? Which gives additional information to this tag or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Similarly, if you go for XML document, you will prepare an XML document using your own tag. If you willing to give additional information to this tag, okay, you can go for attributes. I will tell you one simple example for this attribute. Here. See. Wait. Where is my document? Not this. Right. This is my document. For example, I have a tag as cost. Okay, cost is 10. I have written like this. So can you tell me what type of this cost? Is it rupees, dollars, or any other format? Can you tell like this?
No.
Can you tell what type of cost it is?
No, sir.
No. Then what I do, I need to give notation to that one, which means some additional information. Means simply I will tell like I am try to add my own attribute to this one, that is units. Units equal to rupees. Now tell me what is this?
10 rupees.
10 rupees. If I write units as dollar, $10 means meaning is changing or not? Meaning is changing or not?
Yes, sir.
Do you need one more tag for this one? Like units as units are what we call units are, for example, dollars, like that. Do you need to write another tag? No need. Just what I do, I will add additional attribute to this one, like units. Units is equals to what is this? Rupees. Then you feel like this 10 is the Indian currency, like that you understand. Next, see, age. Okay, age, I will write 100. Okay, so here I will write units. Units as years, means 100 years. Okay, no need to write units only, you can write anything. So if I write units equal to decades, means it will become how many years?
1000 years.
1000 years. If I write centuries, okay, then it will become 10,000 years. So based on these units, this age is changing or not? So is this attribute giving additional information or not? So to give additional information to your tag, then we will go for attributes. So how do we write attribute? So attribute must be right in the starting tag only. So attributes must be right in starting tag. Okay. And attribute should attribute, okay, and equal to value, and the attribute value must be enclosed between quotes, and the syntax is this is element and attribute value, and this is element value, this is element value, and you need to close with element. So this is the syntax when you need one attribute. Okay, if you need one attribute, but when you want to give any additional information, is it always one additional information gives? Sometimes two attributes required for an element or not? Sometimes will you use more attributes to give additional information or not? Say yes or no.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
hear me? Yes. So if we want to use more attributes, then the way how you have used for HTML, that same thing will be continued. So element attribute equal attribute 1 equal to value, and that value must be enclosed in between quotes, and one single space attribute 2 and its respective value. Next attribute, so you have to write your required number of attributes. Next attribute n and value, and you need to write what we call message. Which message you want to write, you can write over here, and you need to close this element. So this is the way we need to write additional information. So for this one, I will add one more attribute for the student name as gender. Raju belonging to male, and Ramya, I won't go for additional tag for this one. So female. So did I add one more attribute to this one or not? So gender attribute, this gender is female and this gender belonging to male. Now check whether this attribute added for your XML document or not. So I will reload this one. I can see these genders. So the way how you write XML document as it is, it will display. But when you know web services, you understand the functionality of this one well. But right now, is it clear? Guys, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Right. This is the way we need to write attributes. It has completed. Advantages, XML document. These are the rules. And one more thing. So, right. So HTML, this XML will provide 5 predefined entities in XML document. See, for example, this address. What I have written address Warangal. Okay, but I want to write Ramya's address is Ramya's home is located at Warangal. So what is my requirement? I want to write it here as, so Ramya's is nothing but apostrophe S, home located at Warangal. I want to write this message. Okay, now check whether it will execute or not. Oh my God, it has added. It should not. What happened? Right. See, this apostrophe is working, but I want to put less than and greater than it here. less than, greater than in my text. For example, contact number. I want to display contact number like this, guys. So 91, this is Indian. Next, followed by greater than, followed by all nines I want to write. This is my requirement. So can you see this one? Can you see this one? So what is this 91 conveys?
Indian number.
Indian number, and this is my contact number, and I want to differentiate these two by using this greater than notation. Then what could I do? Just I will cut it one and I will paste for this Ramya's contact number. Okay, so now we check what will happens. So next we will see. Again, greater than also printing. Don't give space at here. My God. Right. See, some notations cannot display, guys. So my aim is that I want to show, so these are printing actually, but it should not print. So when I write this less than and greater than and single quote or double quote, which will give you some errors actually, but it is not giving any error. See, if I will see one example, when I give less than and I'm not closing this one, and we'll see what will happens. Is it written an error or not at this location? Is it returning error or not? But what is my job? I want to differentiate these two with less than only. So these are the some predefined tags, because this less than is having one special meaning. What is this less than says? One tag want to be start or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the greater than, what that greater than conveys?
Ending of tag.
Ending of tag. And this single quote or double quote, which will specifies attribute values will begin. Attribute values will begin. Like that, they have their own what we call properties. So to do not get that kind of what we call properties, this XML document will provide some additional what we call this entity references, that all are less than LT, less than GT, less than AMP, less than APOS, and less than QUOT. So this is less than, sorry, not less than, this is ampersand, ampersand LT, ampersand GT, ampersand AMP, ampersand APOS, and ampersand QUOT, which are these notations. So let us check if I write this one, is this print these notations or not, we will observe. So in place of this, what I want to display, I want to display greater than. Just what I do, ampersand GT semicolon, ampersand GT semicolon. This is for to overcome the basic problems, basic tag rules of this one. So now it has displayed greater than or not. Can you see this greater than notation when I write ampersand GT? So you can use apostrophe also. How can I use apostrophe? So by writing ampersand AP, OS, and semicolon, you can use this apostrophe. Okay, these all are the entity references. Okay, so you can use them in your XML document. This is element we have written, and now you observe. While writing XML tag, just I said these XML things, and we have learned this one. So rules for writing XML tag. Rules for writing XML tag. So first one, so we can use letters. What type of letters? Uppercase letters you can use, or lowercase letter you can use. You can use digits, and you can use special characters. Okay, but when you want to write any tag, okay, these all are the allowed characters. These all are allowed characters to write tag. But when you want to start any tag, the tag should not start with digit. Should not start with digit. Okay, this is the condition we should follow. But what can I use? Okay, you can start with uppercase letter, or you can use with lowercase letter, or you can use underscore. You can use underscore. So you have to start this one, but you should not start with digit. Let us check if I start with digit, what will happen. So here my student name is, I will start with 9 student name, and I will use this 9 also with end. 9 and student info. What I did, just I have changed my student name tag to 9 student name, 9 student name. And we'll check whether it will return error or not. So previously it is correct output only. Just I will reload. I hope it is not saved. I have saved this one. Yes. It has written error at 9 location or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what is this denote? So you are not supposed to use numbers while starting tag name. Okay, this is the condition. And one more condition we have seen. One more, that what is that? We can we use spaces?
No.
We can't use space. Okay, in tag. So these all are we have learned, and already I have shown this one also. And you must start either letter or underscore. Start with letter, cannot start with yes, and you can't use XML keyword. You should not use XML as a, don't use XML. Okay, because it is having one special meaning. It is having one special meaning, so don't use XML or capital XML anything, and start with hyphens, underscore or periods, and XML cannot contain spaces. These are the naming rules we need to follow while I am writing XML tag. And we have seen these attributes also, how to write attribute when it is 1 or 2. And next we will go for XML tree. This is another example. I will tell you how to prepare XML document by using trees. So this is the tree representation. Tree is nothing but we will start with the root and we will try to write the diagrammatic representation of your XML document. You may ask, why do I need this diagrammatic representation? Okay, this diagrammatic representation gives us that easily understanding of our XML document. I will show you one simple example related to this. See how many records right now my XML document is maintaining?
2.
2 records. When it is 2 records and these all are containing static way, what is that? Everything is maintaining 4 columns data only. Okay, but all your XML documents are look like this? No, it will contain lakhs of lines or lakhs of data it is maintaining. Student data and lakhs of record it is maintaining. When it contains lakhs of data, will you get confused to understand this one or not? And where attribute is present, where that document is created, will you get confused or not? Yes, this many data is present, and we'll check. Like this, I will give you one document. Can you analyze this document easily? When it is large in size, will you understand? Will you understand this one easily?
No, sir.
No. So it will give you some confusion, and some are mandatory attributes, some are optional. We will learn that all later, mandatory and optional. So when and some are having additional attributes. Okay, so to overcome that, we need to create a tree structure for our XML document. See, what is the tree it has? Very simple thing. The root tag, what is the root tag at here? This is root tag. This root tag is student info, and which contain student data. How many student data it contain? Many student data. Yes or no? Multiple student data. This is student data, and another one is also student data. Like that, it have these all are the siblings, all are same structure. And I will prepare only one document for this one. And what is the student data it contain? Name of the student, and the roll number of the student, and the contact number of the student, and next address of the student. Sorry, address followed by contact number. Okay, next, among this, which one is having additional attribute? Student
Name.
name. Student name. So this is the student name. For the student name, I will go for this attribute. This attribute is nothing but, what is this attribute? Gender attribute. Like that, I will give the tree structure. So understanding this diagrammatic representation is best, or understanding this textual data is best?
Diagram.
Diagrammatic representation is best. This is the tree structure. This is the tree structure of your XML document. So this document is different, and I have given one tree structure, and we will encode this one. So this is tree I have, and I will try to prepare XML document for this one. So for example, my higher authorities or a platform has given this kind of syntax. Okay, and we need to create document. Can we or we can't? Can we create or not?
We can.
We can create. So I will remove this one, and tell me what is the root. See, what is the first XML line I have to write? XML prologue less than question mark XML, and it which contain version, and this version is 1.0, and encoding equal to, what is the encoding?
UTF.
Very good, UTF-8. And again, I have to put greater than and close. And what is the root tag from this? What is the root element? See, every root followed by, you can see one name. So root element followed by calendar. So what is the root element?
Calendar.
Calendar. What is this started date? It is an element. Okay, this is root tag. So this is calendar, and this entire document has closed with calendar. And how many events data is maintaining? For example, this is one, what we call seminar hall. This is one seminar hall. The seminar hall, what it maintains? They are maintaining events. When an event is conducting, and what the data it is, and when it is starting, when it is closing, like that they are maintaining document. So this seminar hall is maintaining one calendar. So calendar, under that, what it maintains? Events or not? So daily, is this seminar hall contain some events or not? Okay,
Yes.
so how many events data it is maintaining? How many events it has?
2 events data.
2 events data. But I have here, this document will show you 1 event data, but it is maintaining 2 events data. So event 1 and event 2. Sorry, this is event 1. So what are the events it has? What data it is maintaining?
Event name, start date, start
Okay.
time, duration.
Very good. Event name, EVE, event name. This event name, next event name has close name. I will write all are in lowercase only. Next, start date. And start date. And this is ending tag. Ending tag. And what is another tag? So start time. And start time. And what is another one? Duration. 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 And what about units? What about units?
Attribute.
Attribute of which element? Of which element? Duration. For duration, did you put this link or not? Yes. So units. Units equal to, and the value I have to enclose it here. And what is the event name? First event name? Here. This is the event text. What is the event text? Dentist. Dentist is event name. So event starting date 2015-10-12 and starting time 09:30:00 and duration 1.5. Is it hours, minutes, days,
Hours.
years? Hours.
Hours.
1.5 hours. So similarly, how many events? This is the one simple example. So like that, I have to create multiple documents. So one more thing and one more thing. I have saved this one. Let us check whether it will execute or not. Yes, this is the way XML document we have to prepare. So this is the tree structure of your XML document. Right. This is the way we need to write XML document. Now we have prepared this tree to one XML document. Can you write from XML document to tree also or not? Reverse order. Can we or we can't? Can you hear me?
We can write.
Okay. Next. So this is the way we have written XML document. Next, XML validations. Here, this is also one of the important thing we should remember. XML validation. This is also very important thing. See, I have forwarded the data, my document. Okay, when I have forwarded, what happened? The end user will, the end platform will read the data and want to be converted to their own format. See one thing, while it is converting directly, it never store into databases or some other places directly. We in between, we need to validate. We need to validate. I will tell you one simple case study, by that we understand. Okay, so basically we have two types of validations. One is DTD and next one is XML. So these are the two formats which conveys to the source application in which way your XML document want to be created. So after creating, we need to validate whether that XML is valid, follow the rules or not. So before that, I will tell you one simple example, general example, our college only. Okay, this is our college. Okay, I will draw with bigger in size. Right. See, this is my college, our college. Okay, this college is having exam branch. This is our exam branch. Okay, and this exam branch want to conduct one exam. Okay, exam to the students. So before conducting, they want to collect information, which students are there, to how many members we want to conduct, what are their roll numbers, like that. So this exam branch will ask every department to give your student details. Is it common requirement or not? In every organization, is it um, running or not? Is it common requirement or not working? Can you hear me? Hello guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. See, this is exam branch. This exam branch is expecting student information from different branches. This is CSE department. This is CSE department. And this is EEE department. And this is EC. These departments are there. Okay. So here, the CSA department, these are does not what we call communicate with each other. There is no any communication between these departments. Okay, how the data want to be shared. This communication is not available. Only this communication is present, and this is bi-direction communication. Okay, here these people has forwarded this order, means name of the student and roll number of the student and year in which year he is studying. So these people has forwarded roll number of the student, name of the student, contact number of the student, and in which classroom they are sitting. In classroom they are sitting. And these people has forwarded differently. Contact number, parent contact number, and roll number and name of the student. This data has forwarded to this exam branch. Is this exam branch integrate this all data as a single unit in one single Excel sheet? Are they integrate or can't? Are they integrate this XML document as one XML document? Are they maintaining correct required info? All fields are same fields, different fields.
They will maintain only required data, sir.
So they are sending their own data. But so is this exam branch can integrate this all data as a single within single copy paste? Is it possible? Is it possible? This is not possible. Basically, it is not possible because the data sending and the required format is not same. In such case, what happened? This exam branch will convey to these all departments. I need this kind of information. I need this information. Try to send this kind of data to this all department. At that time, this all department will send this data or their own data they will send.
Their own data they will send.
See here, exam branch given format data will send, or they will delete this document and will prepare their own document, or they will send.
They will give only exam branch data, sir.
Exam branch given data only send. Okay. So the syntax which is sending from here to here is the DTD. Okay. So DTD stands for document type definition. Okay. Document type definition. This document type definition contains rules of creating XML document. Rules of creating an XML document. So they will give the rules. Based on that rules, they will prepare XML sheet. Okay, then they send. Okay, after sending, is this exam branch blindly believes their data? Is this exam branch blindly believe this data?
Yes.
Blindly believe?
No.
No, sir.
No, it won't believe these people given data directly. they have to validate themselves whether the data is present properly or not. So for that, they will test this DTD document. They will test this XML document against this DTD. So if you test, if it is give valid message, then this XML document is the valid. So they have sent it properly. If it is invalid, then immediately which conveys to this department. So you did not send in my given format, try to make it in the given format, send it to me. Like that they will tell. Okay. So what is DTD content? What is DTD content? What is DTD? DTD is document type definition. Document type definition, which gives rules how your XML document want to be prepared. After preparing, we need to check that XML document against your DTD. Okay, so which will convey whether it is valid or invalid. Okay, so because this will not blindly believe their document. So this process is called XML validation. Okay, this process is called XML validation. So we have two types of validations. One is DTD validation and next one is XML schema. Next one is XML schema. And today's class we will learn what is DTD. Next we will learn next class we will learn XML schema. So is this process, is this clear? Hello guys, is this clear to you? Why do we create XML DTDs?
Sir, 1 second.
Yes, sir.
So I will tell you simply within one step, understand this one. So this is organization. This is exam branch. This is exam branch. Okay. And these all are departments. These all are departments. So first case, these all departments will give their student data to this exam branch. So at that time, these all document contain their own format. At that time, this exam branch never integrate this CSE student data and ECE student data and EEE student data, because they all are in different format. They all are in different format. So to overcome this problem, what that exam branch do? It will give one document. Okay, this document is DTD document. This document they will give and ask this all department to prepare one XML document based on these rules. Based on these rules, then after send it to me. So they will send XML document. They will send XML document. So this XML document will follow this which rules? This XML follow
DTD rules.
DTD rules. They will prepare a XML document based on this DTD rules. Then they will send it to this exam branch. Is this exam branch blindly believes their XML data?
No.
No, they won't believe. Then what this exam branch do? Okay, after sending this data to exam branch, this exam branch will check the given DTD. This exam branch will check that CSE department XML file is implemented based on this rule or not. They will test using some software. Okay, I will tell you online softwares, online tools to validate this one. If it conveys as valid, then is this exam branch will consider this is valid document or not? So
Yes.
your software also given valid. Then this document is the valid document they will consider. If it gives us invalid means are they follow? This ECE department has given XML document, but which conveys that invalid. So are they integrate this data even it is invalid?
No.
Even no, they won't. What we call valid. Then what they do immediately will convey to this department, try to prepare that XML document based on given format. Like that they will ask again, remodified, again they will test it. So the process of what we call checking this XML document against this DTD is called validation. Okay, this is which type of validation? DTD validation. Along with that, we have another type of validation, that is XML schema. Okay. So today's class, we will learn what is DTD validation. Next, we will go for XML schema in the coming class. This is very simple example. We will, if you see one example, you understand how to write this one. Okay.
Sir, by using DTD, we check XML, sir. XML dot.
Yes. These both will be available in one file. Okay, so it will check whether it is valid or not. See, this validation we will see later. First, we need to know how to write the syntax. If we know the syntax, then we will check against this XML document against this DTD. Any doubt at here?
No, sir.
Okay. So I will go for a simple representation how to do this one. So what is XML validation? XML validation is nothing but checking the XML document, okay, against some rules. Okay, then it will give us whether it is valid XML document or not. So means which conveys whether it is the valid against DTD or schema. So we have two types, DTD and XML schema. We will learn these two one after other. First we will start with DTDs. Right. So what is this XML content actually? So which contain elements and attributes. Did you find other than these two? Did you find anything other than these two? So root tag you find, but what is the root tag? Is it element or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is element and attribute. Mostly you can find two things in your XML document. One is element, next one is attribute. Okay, first we will start with simple element and simple XML document, and we will check. Next we will add some more things to that one. See, I will go for this simple example and I will try to write my XML document. Sorry, not DTD. So here, is it contain element? First step, element. How to write element? Syntax. Right. So I will tell you how to write DTDs. We have two types of DTDs. Two ways. First one is inline internal DTD, and next one is external DTD. External DTD. So I will tell you internal DTDs. So internal DTD means your DTD plus XML document. Both are in single file. Okay. External DTD means, okay, one DTD file and second one XML file. These both we need to check. Here what we need to do, we need to include DTD file in XML. Okay, this thing we need to do. So external CSS you have written, inline CSS, external CSS, that same thing will be continued. If your DTD rules are present in your XML document, that is said to be internal DTD. If these two are two independent files, that is said to be external DTD. We will learn this one later, but we will start with internal DTD. So it contain elements. It contain elements in DTDs and attributes. Okay, first we will go for elements, how to write element syntax and how to write attributes later. So element, how do I write element? Less than, exclamatory mark. I am writing rule for this one. So here this is an element. So I want to convey to the individual departments, means exam branch. Exam branch convey to individual department like I want to event name that must contain string. Okay. So for that I am writing tag. So element, you prepare an element. That element name is, for example, student name. Student name. Is the student name contain subchild elements or direct value it contain? Student name. This is not
Value.
student name. Is it contain value or subchild is present?
Direct value.
Value. So when it is value, you need to put hash PC data. PC data is nothing but parsed character data. Okay, we will learn this PC data, C data later. But now you need to write parse character data. For example, if your element contain multiple sub-elements, for example, element student info. So previously you have written student info. Yes or no? Student info is root tag. Do you have idea? Or otherwise go for this one only. Event. Event contain a text data or sub-elements it contain? Event.
Sub-element.
Sub-elements. When it contains sub-elements, what I do? So I will tell you how to write this one. So this is event. Event contains sub-elements. That elements you need to write in between open and close bracket. So what are the sub-elements it contain? Event name, comma, start date, comma, end date. So no, not start time, comma, duration. I will tell you attributes later. First we will learn how to write elements. Okay, so I will tell you how to write elements. If you understand this one, learning remaining is simple. So did you understand how to write a leaf element, how to write an root element? These two things we have to write. That's it. This is the rule to write a DTD. Which rule? Which rule I have written? Element rule. I did not write an attribute rule, just I have written element rule, and we will write one DTD and we will check whether it is follow the rules or not. Okay, so for the same example I am writing, right. Please mute yourself. Right, this is one thing. Right, I will remove this calendar also. I will write basic thing. Is it one XML document or not? Is it one simple XML document or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is document. I will write what are the DTD rules follow above this XML document. So my higher authority has given XML document like this. First I am writing from XML to DTD. Next I will tell you DTD. Next we need to write XML document based on that. So first, if you want to write internal DTD, you need to write like this: less than, exclamatory mark, doc type. Next, root element name. What is the root element name for this one? What is the root element name for this XML document?
Event.
Event. Very good. Event. Next, you need to start this open tag and you need to close open tag and you need to close this one. In between, we need to write the rules. We need to write the rules. What is the first element it has from this document? Least bother about this one. Just we need to write root element name at this location. Next, we need to start from the root element. What is the first element it has?
Event name.
Event. First element from this. Event only. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is root tag name we have to write. Again, we start off writing rules from root tag only. So first element is event. And is this event contain data or sub elements?
Sub elements.
Sub elements. How do I write? So event name, comma, start date, comma, start time, comma, duration. So event has declared. Next, what is the next event? What is the next element I have to write? Event name. Yes or no? So just I have declared root element, but this is contain some elements. So it may be child, it may contain child element or it may not contain child element. So element, I am writing element. So what is the next element? Event name. Is this event name contain subchild or direct text data?
Data.
Data. It contain data. When contain data, what I have to write? Hash PC data. Hash PC data. Next, what is the next element?
Start data.
Okay. So how do I write? Element and start. This is lowercase. Start date and hash PC data. Next, again one more element, and this is lowercase start time and hash PC data. And
Sir,
what more?
why we take lower and uppercase?
Which one?
Element, start time, start date, event name, event.
This is the standard syntax. We need to write it. This is DTD rule. This is DTD rule. This is lowercase. See, how did I write this name? Lowercase. So that's why I am writing lowercase. If you put it here capital S, you need to change it to capital S.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So already I have XML document. So that is the reason why I will write this lowercase only. Okay. If you put this all are uppercase, again you can go for uppercase at here. Any doubts?
Sir, why
Element?
are you writing PC data inside?
Yes, PC data. Parsed character data, which conveys we need to write the data itself only.
Okay.
We have some more things, PC data, ID reference. We have these all, but I will tell you with basic things. So we have to learn this all. So C data, ID reference, ID references. This all I will tell you later. But as a beginner level, I will tell you this first one. Okay. Is it clear? This PC data conveys direct parsed character data we need to write. Means some text if you require, then that text you need to write it here. If we start with this example, then you understand remaining all. Okay. So duration also contain direct text data. So I will write PC data greater than.
What is meant by
So,
PC data, sir?
huh?
What is PC data?
PC data. Parsed means converted. Converted character data. Okay. So C stands for character. Data is nothing but data only. Parsed is nothing but converting. See this parsed exact moment. Actually, you don't know. So
Sir, send this code support.
I will send. Don't worry. I will send it. But first we will check. So is this document contain DTDs? Is this document contain DTD or not? This is DTD. This is XML. Now tell
Sir,
me
explain once again, sir. No, I'm not getting, sir.
which one? This DTD.
Yes, sir.
See why this DTD writing? This DTD will give us how to prepare this XML document. Okay, already we know how to write XML. Based on this XML, I will write this DTD. But this DTD conveys to the what we call source providers how your XML document want to prepare. Okay, just now I said exam branch and department. Okay, this exam branch will give the DTD file to them. Okay, so based on this DTD file, they will prepare XML document. Okay, so I said how to write this simple DTD. Okay, what you are expecting from this? Tell me which line or entire thing again I will tell. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this event, just I have written event only. Root tag name you have to write, and you need to put open this bracket, and you need to close this bracket. In between, you need to write this DTD rules. So based on that, this XML document we have to prepare. So what they have given, you need to create first element. That element name is event, and that event should require these 4 subchilds. So did I create event? Event, and which contain 4 child elements. These are the 4 child elements, and the first element event should contain direct data only, which does not contain element. So did I write direct text or not? Is it contain text or any other information? Tell me guys, is it content text or any other element I have written include inside this one? Text only. Next, create another element as start date, which is also direct text. So the text I have written. So again create one more element, that is start time, which contain started PC data. So that I have written it here. Next, duration. Duration is also direct text. So I did not write any units at here. So this is the DTD document. So from this, exam branch and department. So here this is first one, this is second one. Who will give this first one? Exam branch or DTD? This department.
Exam branch.
Exam branch. Who will prepare this document?
Department.
Department. See, Union Bank and Andhra Bank. Okay, Andhra Bank has combined with Union Bank. Who will provide this DTD?
Union Bank.
Union Bank will provide, and Andhra Bank will give XML data. Okay, Vodafone merged with Idea. Who will give rules?
Vodafone.
Vodafone will give. And who will give XML document? Idea will give XML document. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
What, sir? What Vodafone Idea, sir?
Idea has merged in Vodafone. Okay, leave them. But did you understand who will give that DTD? Who will give that XML?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now we will go for validation. So for validation, I will share this link. I will share this link. Not at here. So bookmarks. So onlinetools.com, which will check whether your DTD is again XML document is against your follow the rules of DTD or not. Just what will I do? I will copy this one. I will copy this one and paste inside this one. I will send this link to you and I will click on validate. Is it given valid?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Did I follow rules or not? See,
Yes,
here
sir.
they asked me duration along with that contact number. Contact number. So here contact number also belonging to element type. Can you see this one?
Yes, sir.
I
we are-
have included contact number and element. You need to send contact number also. PC data. But am I giving contact number?
No, sir.
No. Now I will try to check. What happened?
Invalid.
Invalid. Reason. It is giving reason. What is that? Element event does not follow the DTD. Am I following DTD? No. What is that? Expecting. What expecting? Event name, event date, event start time, event duration, contact number. But what you got? Event name, start date, start time, duration. So which is mixing?
Contact number.
Contact number. So is it valid document?
No.
Invalid.
No, sir.
No. So just if I remove this one,
Valid.
and if I remove this one, then it will convey valid. One more thing. So I asked my departments to give this event name as capital E and N as capital N. Okay. But how they have prepared?
All
Lowercase.
Lowercase e, lowercase n. Now I will check. Is it invalid? Valid?
Invalid.
Invalid.
What is that? No declaration of element, event name in entity. So line number 15. So count this one, it will give 15th line error. Means what it says? I asked, so you are sending these details, but I did not ask. Means try to prepare new document or not.
Yes, sir.
So validation is also completed, XML validation. Is it clear or any doubt?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can you write for any type, this similar type of events, this similar type of what we call DTD?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Just
Sir.
you are giving the way how you want to create XML document, but actually how did I write this one? By seeing this XML document, I have written this one. But actually, will you write based on this? No, first we need DTD. Based on this DTD, we have to prepare XML document. So till this point, is it clear or do you have any doubts with this? We have to learn many things from this, but this is basic things. Did you understand or not?
Understood.
Okay. So today I will share this code and this link in your WhatsApp group, and you try to write your own document. So yourself, you feel you are the manager and you give one DTD. Okay. And as a employee, you need to create XML document and you check against this DTD, whether it is valid XML document or not. Okay. You feel like you are the manager, you feel like you are the employee, and prepare DTD and prepare XML and merge the two and check whether it is validated or not. Okay. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Okay. So
Sir,
do you have any doubts from this?
Sir, previous class materials posted sir in cameras.
So I will for previous class.
Yes, sir.
I have forwarded previous class materials in Canvas.
Yes, sir.
Along
Yes,
with,
sir.
Not
Huh?
there, sir.
Huh?
Not there, sir.
Wait, I will
mean,
show you.
Animation topic.
Animation.
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes, sir.
listen. Previous document deleted, updated file I have uploaded. I did not give animation separately. That fourth unit advanced thing you will see it contain. Wait, I will check. What is this? Canvas
Files.
So you are belonging to PTT 1, I hope. Dashboard.
B1, sir.
Wait, it is loading some late. PTT 1. So files and PTT files. This advanced CSS. When I click on this advanced CSS, at the end you can see that animations. Your transitions. So can you see? Is it animation
sir.
file? Yeah, these links. These links. Do you know these links? Codes. So this is animation
Okay.
example. So what I did, so previously I advanced CSS deleted and I updated this same PTT again. Okay, and when you go for videos, so this is animation, transition and web fonts videos. This is animation videos. Okay.
Today also you
But
post, sir.
today's PPT also.
Today's PPT also I will share along with that video also. Don't worry. It will update by 5 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, sir.
Right. Bye, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Have a nice
Right.
day.
Thank you, ma. Same to you.